GM. I'm very excited to do this. Today we're going to talk about why restaking is dead. No, I'm obviously kidding. As you can see, I'm wearing the Merit merch, Merit.systems. We launched, we launched like what, 10 days ago, a week ago? I actually don't remember. Check it out, it's awesome. A new way to pay people on GitHub, pay repos, pay contributors. It's very cool. What I want to do on this stream, it's actually not a stream, it's a recording, but whatever, is go through the escrow contract that makes all of this possible, which are 765 lines of code, which is pretty cool. Very small, as I like it. That's what she said. I think I'm gonna cut this out, but whatever. Very dense, very nice contract. And yeah, let's get into it, I guess. Cool. So what does this contract do? If you go to Merit.systems, or actually the terminal.merit.systems, let's go to our boys JSON repo, toolkit.dev. What you can do is you can fund a repo, right? Basically, we give every repository a bank account, which is amazing. And you can click fund, put in $1. This is actually real USDC. I'm gonna fund my boy here for $1. Continue to check out. We have this beautiful overview thing. Don't ask me why this isn't loading, but whatever, you're gonna hit pay. And that's it, which is awesome. You successfully funded $1 to Jason. Now Jason can come in and claim that $1, or he can distribute it to contributors or whatever he wants to do. If you are an admin on a repository, you can go to the terminal, find your repository, and be an admin and get an Soulmate. Let's look for Soulmate. Soulmate. I actually don't know the full. Let's see, GitHub, Soulmate transmission 11, and what you can do is you can change this GitHub to terminal.merit.systems. I promise we're gonna get a shorter domain. But yeah, if your transmission is 11, I know you're watching this, you can claim to be an admin on this repo and do with the funds whatever you want to do, which is pretty cool. But let's go back to the contract. And actually, what I want to talk about as well is like how do I do contract development in general, because I've done it 3 times now, shipped to prod 3 times. Every contract's over, over a couple of millions at least, which is pretty cool. So this works. First rule is keep it as fucking simple as you possibly can, which in this case is pretty much true. Second rule is, before you start writing tests, get an auditor involved, just to make sure you didn't forget something critical where you need to change the whole architecture or something like that. And then third, write your tests, go crazy. You know, your contract can be simple, but your tests can be as complex as you can imagine. And then do a final audit. And actually, big shout out to my boys, Alkaka and and Trust, who did the audits on this, and you should put your audit reports in the repository, by the way, which makes it very easy to find. So we have a set of audits here, and you can go into them and check them out. This is what I like to see. No highs. This is what I want to see. So yeah, this is basically the process that I go through. We also have a bunch of, if you look at the tests, the way I've set up the test is this is like a base test thing. Then we have like a deployment, and then every other file is a test for a specific function. So we have init repo, fund repo, distribute from sender, and so on and so forth. Init repo is what you would go through if you want to claim a repository. Actually takes a signature as well. So we validate that in the back end, but that's like a back end concept. Cool. So we have one contract, which is the escrow contract, escrow.sol. And I think we should spend some time on my beautiful formatting. You know, Forge format dash dash shafu is the way to go. I'm gonna build it one day. Um, Formatting that I always do, line up the things, makes it easier to read for you and for the auditor as well, and just makes it look beautiful. Actually, someone on Twitter was like, "Why do you do this? Just do name mappings," which is a recent feature. Solidity named mappings. Can you still Google things? um, what is this? Whatever. Google just sucks. It's a feature in Solidity where you have a mapping. You don't need to do this as a comment. You can just name your uint here as a repo ID and do that in the code, which is much better. Old habits have a way of staying around, I guess. Basically, the only reason why I'm doing this. Also, starting doing these comments. I think it's if your contract is small enough, I think you can do it. You can get away with it. I don't like too many actually use for every function. I think in this case works like on a contract to contract basis. There is a tool to create this, but I forgot its name. Shout out to Paul. He showed me this, but I don't remember what it is called. You could probably find it, Solidity comments or something. Cool. So yeah. What I also want to go through is like symmetry. You know, you have symmetry of formatting. Like if you look at requires, you know, errors are all lined up. I think this is very easy to read now. Admin's length greater than 0. Put all the comparisons below each other. Makes it very easy to read at first glance. But what I love, the symmetry in functions, function naming. So we have distribute from repo and we have distribute from sender. We have a claim, okay, that's a standalone function, but then we have a reclaim repo funds, we have a reclaim repo distributions, we have reclaim sender distributions. You see the symmetry there? So for example, we have a make a repo distribution function and we have a reclaim distribute from repo function and for distribute from sender as well. If you want to know what this does, distribute from sender from repo allows the admin of a repository to distribute funds from that repo bank account. Distribute from sender is just a P2P payment, so you can pay people on GitHub directly. So yeah, that's one kind of symmetry. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? This is one kind of symmetry. The other symmetry that I look for is, let's go to distribute from repo. Actually, distribute from repo doesn't have this. Let's see, fund repo. Okay, so this, for example. You know, like we increase net amount, but there should be the same thing where it's decremented, which is here. And we have one thing is accounts, and we have another thing fundings. This is actually only for reclaim, so it doesn't make sense here. But if you have this, then you need it somewhere else to decrement it. And actually, this is not perfect. I would change this. I would do the same minus equal thing here as well, because I use this on top. As you can see, always things to change. The great thing about immutable code, I will never be able to change it, but it is what it is. We also take a fee, obviously. We're running a business here. And yeah, that's almost it. You know, we have a bunch of functions. We have crazy amount of tests for every function. So if we go into test, let's see init repo. You know, you can go through this. 90% of this is Claude Code. Shout out to Claude Code. But obviously, I make sure that it doesn't just mock things, and the test actually makes sense. Also, a great thing to do if you generate most of your tests through an LLM is mutation tests. You know, change your code, check if your tests actually fail, make sure your tests are actually doing something real. Another thing that kind of sucks about this contracts is that VIR is enabled, but to be honest, I'm on a MacBook Pro Max something, and it's still pretty fast. So in this case, I don't really care. I was on a MacBook Air before, and I couldn't have done that there. But yeah, sometimes raw compute solves things, I guess. Anything else interesting here? Create to crunch, which I use to create vanity address. We have a couple of zeros in our address, so if you go to escrow, to our contract, there's some base. Shout out to base. I think base is doing great things. We have a couple of zeros here, which is Jesus Christ, which is pretty cool. Always it makes it easier to validate, you know, that you're actually calling the correct thing. So yeah, this is what powers Merit. Check out merit.systems. This is our landing page. Add Merit to repo. If you want to add your Merit to repo, you can request a demo. But if you can request a demo if you're a noob. If you're not a noob, you can just go to the terminal and play around. Vectorize. Take your money, man. Take your money. Shout out to Austin for putting $100 in. Yeah, ZKP2P, very nice. Mario, shout out to Mario. Soldier is amazing. And yeah, it's you know, the terminal. Check it out. I could go to someone who's watching this. I don't know, my boy Coffee. Let's go to my tribe. Coffee, I know you've been checking out the terminal. I'm very generous. $1 for my boy Coffee. Work together on Dyad. I know you had some difficulties using the terminal before, but that should be fixed. And yeah, terminal at Merit.systems. We have the best merge. Shop.merit.systems coming very soon. Get your merch, best merch in town. And that's basically it. Wait, let me check. Did I actually wrote things down here. I was looking at Euler. Today, and obviously, if you're Euler, you can do the solo audit Shafu approach. They actually have a list of all the audits they did, and this is fucking insane. To be honest, I don't know if this is a good thing, because it tells me that their contracts are very, very complex, which is not a great thing. But yeah, obviously you're gonna have contracts that are more complex than our escrow contract, and there it makes sense to do bigger audits. But still, But I guess this is like old stuff as well. So this is not all on the latest contract, I think. So yeah. What else? We could talk about why restaking is dead. But I'm leaving that for another time. Yeah, thanks. If you have any questions, put them to the Twitter or wherever I'm gonna post it. And yeah, thanks for checking this out.